morning, everybody, and welcome to Kano. Indeed, it's a beautiful city, the state of commerce and industry, the place where we usually say Kodemekazo Ampika. It's a beautiful day. You're most welcome this morning, and my name is Halima Usman.
Let me use this medium to announce to this gathering that following the successful negotiation between the federal government of Nigeria and the organized labor unions and the detailed review of the gas pricing framework in Nigeria, the price of gas to power has been reduced from $2.50 to $2.18 with immediate effect.
Nigeria has been blessed with a vast gas resource base, the 10th in the world and the largest in Africa. And recently, the DPR director announced an increase of reserves to 206 TCF. With a population base and potential to be the largest energy market in Africa, this resource base is waiting to be tapped.
We are now successfully supplying to smaller power plants and the industries. And I still remember when we signed our first agreement with the Espira in Kano, we signed it for 6 tons. And it was for a small boiler.
We are a company that are already supplying gas to all over Nigeria. We are supplying gas right here in Kano. We are supplying gas right now in Kaduna, in Sokoto, in Abuja.
We're here to sensitize gas users as a prelude to the completion of the pipeline.
It is an honor and a privilege for me to be here today to speak to the topic optimizing economic development capacity of the Ajaokuta Kaduna-Kano gas pipeline project. The AKK project, which will ultimately be expanded to Algeria to supply Europe, falls within the second thematic area of the Strategic Revenue Growth Initiative. Achieving sustainability in revenue generation. Second, identifying new and enhancing enforcement of existing revenue streams. And the third, achieving cohesion within the revenue ecosystem.
The dream was to have this gas delivered into Europe across the trans-Saharan route and into the markets of Europe. Once it is done, it will bring up over 232 industries across this corridor. This project will create opportunities for all of us, and that ultimately peace that has become an issue for all of us will be facilitated by the delivery of this project, because once you create prosperity, many of the social problems that we have could vanish or can be minimized.
The experience from COVID has shown us that we need to move away from just an oil-based economy. Why should you come to Kaduna to invest is something that we need to look at. Kaduna has a very strategic location. Kaduna has a huge, young and vibrant population who are ready and willing to explore new things.
Let me first and foremost really congratulate the management of NNPC, the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, and the GSCN for coming up with such a program at a time like this. I think this is one of the greatest things that come to this administration, and it will go down as one of the best projects that this administration has actually carried on.
We have become very excited at this development to the extent that we have strengthened our Ministry for Investment and our Investment Promotion Council. At the moment, the investment opportunities in Niger, as I see it, is mostly in the agro-allied industries and of course in the solid minerals. But then of course, the pipeline will pass through a strategic place which is close to Abuja, Kaduna and everywhere. And we have made available an industrial estate a few kilometers from the proposal where the pipeline will pass.
Za a sarrafa gas a dinga amfani da shi a matsayin makamashi. Kuma yana da muhimmanci a tunatar ko a faɗakar da mutane cewa yanzu a duniyarmu ta yau wannan harkar ita ce take motsa ci gaban tattalin arzikin ƙasashen duniya da inganta rayuwar al'ummarsu.
First of all, we have to thank Mr. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for bringing this industrial revolution not only to the people of Kano, the northern part of this country, but to the entire nation. When we learned that this contract was signed and Mr. President is committed in laying the pipe from Ajakuta to Kaduna to Kano, we decided to establish a very technical, knowledgeable committee in order to ensure that this project is successfully delivered to Kano State, especially pertaining to sensitization of the communities along the pipeline, and also for discussing with the industrialists so that they will be fully sensitized.
This is the harbinger of gas coming to Kano. I am excited to be here on behalf of the Nigerian Gas Association. A lot of what we see today has been a lot of dedicated effort by the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, the GMD, the MD for NGC, and also GSCN, who has done a lot of work around stakeholder sensitization.
This session is a sensitization program, and our aim today is to zero in on what those concrete steps are that we need to take to optimize the benefits of AKK.
While the President and the GMD have done their bit, I think it's time now to turn to the populace to see how we can support them to actualize the AKK pipeline. We must help the GMD and the DGM to make sure that timelines are respected. So all I'm saying is local content, social justice and equity. And it is our collective responsibility, and it's not yet time to celebrate. We have a lot of work to do.
What we need to do, based on what I've heard, I think we need to, this gas pipeline AKK has actually become a reality. I think there are tremendous benefits of this gas pipeline of AKK. In fact, people are even underrating what this can do. It is much better for me to do a fertilizer plant up north where there is more demand of fertilizer than doing it where there is no demand. I can say that without AKK, there is no way we can meet the target of Mr. President of creating 100 million jobs in 10 years.
There is need for them to increase their IGR, and you can only do that if you have people who can be able to pay taxes. Now, what should the government do in this sense? One is provide enabling environment. So those tax reliefs and incentives must really be given to those individuals or group of individuals or group of companies that seriously are in the business of investment.
Why is AKK important to us? This is important so that, in order to have, a seamless, take off as soon as, you have the AKK off the ground.
So I think it's a very bold move. So I want you to be rest assured the words of the minister will surely be implemented That's why there are policies and regulations.
The AKK pipeline project will result in the establishment of connecting pipeline network from the southern to northern region of the country. This would surely create a steady and guaranteed gas supply, thereby utilizing the country's widely available gas resources and eventually reduce the large volume of gas flared annually, as well as the subsequent environmental impact.
On behalf of the power sector, Honorable Minister, we would like to acknowledge the reduction of the gas price from the $2.50 to $2.18 that you just mentioned. We would like to thank you for this effort and assure you that this reduction will not only increase the uptake of the gas, but will enhance economic utilization of the gas and further generation of electricity.
We are saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that gas gets to the nooks and crannies of the whole country. There is responsibility in this business. So the state governments have their responsibilities, and then you that want to invest do have responsibility.
You cannot store gas easily unless you convert it to LNG. Even at that, you will store it at cryogenic condition, which is also very expensive. So you really want to make sure that the deals are done, the contracts are sealed, the ability to take and pay is confirmed before we then go and make the investment that will deliver the gas in the pipelines.
We intend to build this capacity in power and energy, where this project fits in squarely. Kogi State will like to host the infrastructure that will drive this project. We have planned and itemized 25 billion naira as investment in power and energy alone, which will be managed by the private arm of the state.
The Manufacturers of Nigeria, MAN, is in the forefront of advocating for the Nigerian concrete scope for manufacturers at the AKK gas pipeline project. Our advocacy is geared toward eliciting the utilization of Nigerian human and material resource for the provision of goods and services to the petroleum and gas industry within acceptable quality, health, safety, and environmental standards.
Our hope and commitment is to continue to work with all stakeholders to make sure that it's just not talking, that we are making progress and that we are calibrating the progress that we are making, and that progress is delivering real value to the populace of our country.